hologram robots. Come on. Are you a robot? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Late okay at OneYoungsta holding it down, bring that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Tonight, late night live, we doing our thing. Movie reviews. That's what we here for. We chilling, kicking on some movies, having a good time. Now, before we get started, behind me is a artist sponsored wall from Dave Farrar of Geek Fine Art on Instagram. Check him out. That's Geek Fine Art all the time. So I know why you're here. You saw the thumbnail, you clicked it. You know what I'm saying? You want to holler at your boy about some Terminator Dark Fate. And yes, it does say spoiler, but I'm not going to be spoiling it yet. I'm going to give y'all a regular spoiler-free review for about 10 minutes or so. Give you my basic thoughts. And then after that, we'll get into some spoiler stuff. And I'll let you know when we get into the spoilers so you ain't got to worry about it. So if you like, yo, I want to know general stuff, but I don't want no spoilers, man, then you ain't got to worry about that. I'm not going to spoil you. You ain't got to worry about that. You know, I got you. We here. So, with that said, on the spoiler-free side, I want to start with the direction of this film. Well, you know what? I'll just say this. I'll do some initial thoughts. I had a lot of fun watching this film. There's a lot of intense action. There's a lot of moving parts. There's much more to learn about the lore of this world, of of the kind of like the timeline and everything and what's going on. There is a lot to establish in a very cool way in this film that's done very entertaining, and you get to have a lot of fun with all of the characters, and none of them seem shortchanged. So with that said, I had a lot of fun watching this. And to give you some background, Terminator has always been a love of mine. When I was real young, and depending on the podcast you may have listened, you probably heard this. But if you're brand new, take a ride with me. Young nerd soul, impressionable nerd soul. He loves action. He loves Miami Vice, RoboCop, stuff like that. Cool thing. And there's this movie called Terminator 2. And this little boy has never seen the regular Terminator. He's never seen Terminator, the first one. But Terminator 2 is coming out. And it's at the Cineplex. And his uncle is going to see that movie. Now he can't see the movie because he's yet a wee tot. And his uncle's like, I'm gonna take, my nephew, he gonna go with me. And my mom's like, no. Don't take him to see that Terminator now. And he's like, nah, you ain't got nothing to worry about. He with his uncle. So we get in the car and we go. And when we get to the movie theater, do you know what we saw? Terminator 2. And it blew my mind. It changed my life. The action, the set pieces, the car chases, the music, everything, the time travel, the robots. I fell in love with, film and special effects and everything in one night. And ever since, I've always wanted to make something like that. I've always wanted to film some stuff, be involved with film. I did short docs and stuff like that. I've been involved since then and really enjoyed just the atmosphere of Terminator. Now, I went back and watched the first one. Love Terminator 1. Terminator 2, still love it. Love both of those. Rise of the Machines, I'm on the fence with. There's some stuff that I think that's dope about it. Some stuff that I'm like, they should have cut that and left it. Salvation came out. Salvation seems like it's in an alternate timeline already. So I'm not like really mad at it. And I think there's some sick stuff from that film that's like, whoa, word. I'm not mad at that. But it still didn't quench my thirst fully. Genesis came out, and I know a lot of people hated Genesis. I'm of the mind that Genesis was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. But it was one of those things that was, since it was okay, people just wanted to designate it to trash when it was really just okay. And so I was wondering, how would I feel coming out of this one? And I'm pumped. I want to see it again. This is a great. Tim Miller kills it. And I'm going to go in and get into the direction now. Tim Miller, who was the director of the first Deadpool film, can't remember what else he's directed, but Tim Miller has done like animation directing and stuff too. Extremely talented guy. And when he was talking about doing this project, when he first started, he was talking about how it was like a passion project of his and how he was interested in all of that good stuff. And I was like, all right, cool. I see where he's going. I'm excited. He's excited. And to see how he directed this, the direction of the actors and their pacing is very quick fire. They keep the pedal to the metal on just about this whole film. It's a very tight film. It never feels long, and it doesn't feel like there's a lot of fat on this film. It feels like they trimmed away, actually to the point where there's a couple of places where I'm like, oh man, this scene was so cool and so fun. I really wish I had more. And then when it comes to handling the actors and the kind of the display and the characterizations that are placed in here throughout these spots, it's just very interesting. So the directing, I'm loving how it was played out, how it's paced, and how they handle the different kind of characteristics of each character against each other in their relationships, whether new or old. And how they categorized and how they kind of, I guess, painted this picture of the different lives that these people have led up until the point of meeting each other. And it's just awesome. Now, to the acting, big shout out to Mackenzie. This is my first time, I think, seeing Mackenzie in anything. So big shouts to her. And she comes across as not only caring, not only emotionally intelligent, like a high IQ for how people around her are feeling, but then also, man, she brings it with the action. And speaking of bringing it with the action, Linda Hamilton is a welcome return. Knowing everything that she gave us in Terminator 2 with just this woman that's breaking down in the insane asylum, and now the woman she's become, how she's portrayed here, you get that. I mean, it's a further extension of the trailer where you get this woman that is, she has been down this road and continued down this road for a very long time, and it has worn on her. And you get to see those scars and those wounds show, and in a very good way. Also, the young lady that plays Danny, uh, awesome how we see her character's arc through this journey. And just another one that sells this person that is gaining and losing and running and fighting through pretty much the whole film and just trying to figure out what this is, what she's going to be, and what, choices she has to make, which it helps add to the perceived danger that she's in, because you're sitting in a chair while they're doing all the driving and fighting and kicking and all that, but she sells it with Danny, the young lady that plays Danny. Her eyes do a great job of like that, like tear well up thing. One thing I'd have to give props to Arnold Schwarzenegger for is for very interestingly giving us a slightly different T100 every time. and it's something that I think is real dope. Let's see. All right, cool. But yeah, so with that said, seems like stream is tripping. All right, cool. Let's see. All right, so with that said, there's there's a very interesting case to be made for how nuanced his approach to this role throughout Terminator 2, Rise of the Machines, and even Genesis has been. In a very good way. I gotta give him props for it. His his performance is just very good here, and it's those four people that help us, walk through this film, um, that help lead the charge of the protagonist, and their portrayal is just very interesting and entertaining to watch. But what pushes this film over the edge is just like Terminator 2, you need a villain that seems like it's willing to go through anything to reach its target. In Rise of the Machines, we had, what was it, the TX? I think it was the TX, and it just didn't really. It was a different time in film. You know what I'm saying? And they were doing a lot of stuff effects wise that was cool, but it just didn't come off as this raw, visceral, almost rabid, you know, I guess feral attack or feral chase, like this bloodlust that the Rev 9 has. And you've seen in the trailer that they had like, I think, two trailers and a like extended scene, and you can see that the Rev 9 is not to be trifled with. And the Rev 9 has this very, it does not give up. And in a entertaining and scary type of way, but the Rev 9 does not stop. And I need to get me a toy of the Rev 9. I need to get me a toy of the Rev 9 and the T1000 and the 101, put them together, and T100 together, because like the Rev 9 is, whoo, Rev 9 is no joke. But with that said, the villain is on point, like a rabid feral wolf or something like that. He is quite tenacious. And then all of our protagonists, they sell it. They sell it in a way where you believe the journey they're going through, you believe the danger they're in. And the direction is done where this movie is tight and they keep the pedal to the metal. I love this film. I am an action guy, so this is letting you know this is biased because I am an action guy. I love action. Car chases, explosions, cops and robbers, go get the bad guy, good and evil, whatever. That's my thing. This movie rocks. I can't wait to see it again. I'm giving this joint 4.5 stars. I love it. I really like this. And I like the fact that they swept away the other three films, and it's just Terminator 2, and Terminator Dark Fate. And this movie crushes. Ooh, this movie crushes. I can't wait until, man, I need to see all three, because there's some interesting things they do with this, with the lore of Terminator. There's some interesting things they do with the story that is just a lot of fun, and I dig it. I super dig it. I was worried how it would come out, but Tim Miller kind of crushed this, yo. It's interesting in the way they played with the lore. They took some old, took some new. They gave us some curveballs, and they gave us a couple surprises, and kept the pedal to the metal, like I said. So I love this film. If you haven't seen it, I think if you're into action, if you like Terminator 1 and 2, this one will be right up your alley. There is enough blood, bullets, bone, and emotion and high stakes behind this to keep you interested all the way through. I had a lot of fun. Linda Hamilton coming back was a welcome addition. I'm glad she is back. Man, I don't realize how much I missed her until I saw her on screen again. And her throwing them shades on, awesome. So with that said, guys, now we've been talking about 15 minutes. Look, spoiler free. So now I'm about to spoil some stuff. All right. So if you look, I'm telling you, from here on out to the rest of the film, I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite moments. I might pick out three of my favorite moments, and they will be spoilers. All right. Spoilers. So don't, hey, I'm telling you now, don't be like in my comments like, yo, man, I didn't know you was going to do that. I said I was spoiling it. I don't want to hear it. So from here on, it's spoilers. My top 3 moments. Number 1. No, you know what? I'll go 3 to 1. Number 3. I like the fact that them winning in Terminator 2 changed the future, but only to an extent where it kind of changed the players from Skynet to something called Legion. And I like them carrying that through from what was Rise of the Machines, which doesn't count anymore. But I like the idea that no matter how hard you try, you're not going to stop Judgment Day. You can just kick the can down the road. But there's an idea in time travel that there are fixed points in history. Like no matter what a Cold War happens, or no matter what World War II happens, or no matter what this person will be president, or no matter, those kind of things. And I like the idea that yes, there is no fate but what you make, but then there are some things that will just happen no matter how hard you fight, or they won't happen as long as you continue to fight. And that's another lesson that we learned in here that I thought was awesome. Is just that Judgment Day only comes if you give up. And I like that. I like that idea. I like that a lot. Number 2, those okay, those Terminators in the future. Wow, I like how they took a little. It looked like they took a little bit from the Nimrod or whatever from X-Men or whatever, but the shape changing and stuff, crazy in this, and just seeing those Terminators in the future was very cool. How just dangerous it looked and how scary it looked. Um, oh, what up? What up? Eon in the house. What up? Nice to see you. You wanted to drop your 5 cents. I'm spoiling it right now, so hopefully you have seen the film. Hopefully you've seen the film. Now, before I do my number 1 favorite thing, I'll give a I'll give a honorable mention. The honorable mention in this is they didn't spoil the ending in the marketing. I love that. I love that they did not spoil the ending in the marketing. Good on you guys. Good on you, Fox. Technically Disney now, but good. It was Fox at the time when you were making this. So good on you, Fox. Let's see. Eon says, from an entertainment point of view, great movie, but from a lore point of view, they kind of effed around too much. Didn't hate the film. Saw it last week. The UK. Oh yeah, because I forgot. My brother's in the UK. You didn't like how they played with the lore, with the how they messed with the. You weren't feeling that, because I was thinking that. All right, okay. So what about the lore did you not like? Did you not like the changing the time part, or did you not like the Terminator side part? Because that's my number 1, is seeing the Terminator actually grow what would be a calculated example of a conscience. I think that was cool. I really enjoyed that, and seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger play that out, and seeing how he even said, he was talking about, she was like, "Do you love them?" Talking about, his wife and son, and he said, "Not like you can, me, not like humans can." And he was like, "You think that it would be a good thing, but it's not." So you're seeing a robot that has been stuck in the past basically because it has, achieved its goal. So it's just been living in the past. But you're looking at a robot that has lived with humans as a caretaker for so long that it wishes that it was a human. And that's a very interesting, that's on some Blade Runner type stuff that I thought was an interesting play at how they categorized and displayed his characteristics inside of his programming. I thought that was incredible. I thought that was, man, that was cool. The way Arnold came with it in his acting on this was nuanced in a way that I thought was fun. Um, Eon says Terminator was fire and the augmented humans were great. Killing John was a no-no for me. Oh, well, they had to, they had to, they had to answer that somehow. Um, it was surprising to me too, but weren't those effects dope though? Those effects, like the way they got the young John Connor and the young Sarah Connor, I was like, yo, they spent some money on those shots because those joints was like deep fake level 2 million or something. But yeah, them them killing him was a shock to me. I did not expect that. And then seeing that robot grow to realize what, seeing Arnold grow to realize what he had taken from Sarah, and then somehow realize or somehow decide that he needed to atone in some way, you're starting to get into this weird past self-aware, but more into that ghost in the machine thing where it's like, what is real? What does it mean to be real? Because this is a robot that's programmed to pretend to be human. But now this robot has been here protecting a young boy so long that he has realized what he took from Sarah. That it got deep. It got deep on me. And another thing you guys know I love is the whole thing of like, what does it mean to be real? What's the line of what's real and fake and all that stuff. So I love this movie. This movie, like I said, 4.5 stars, a great return to form. If they end it here, I'd be happy. Um, if they give us more with the same creative team, I'm not mad at it. I'm really not mad. Um, Tim Miller was the right guy for this. Tim Miller was definitely the right guy for this, and Linda Hamilton coming back was flittings. Eon says I'll be back. I'm literally in my office, phone's ringing. Yo, I'm about to bounce anyway. So thank you for coming through. Anyway, guys, thank you for chilling, hanging out with me. Holler at me, I'm gonna holler at you down in them comments. If you drop a spoiler, remember, please put spoiler in all caps, then hit enter like 50 times, and then don't be putting spoilers because then I'm gonna have to delete it, and you're gonna be mad because it got deleted, and I'm gonna be like, I told you not to put a spoiler in the comments without labeling it, you know, properly. All right. So I'm just saying, enjoy the film. At least let people get through the first weekend before you go crazy with the spoilers. But I love the film, yo. I love it. It's amazing, and I can't wait to see it again. So, guys, before I bounce, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, iHeartRadio, TikTok, Spotify. Holla at your boy. You can find me everywhere. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit that thumbs up because if you send that thumbs down, I'm going to send you in the past and leave you there. Yeah, you don't want to be in the past. I mean, well, I guess being in the past, well, no, because it would only be cool if you could come back. Yeah, I'm going to just take you in the past and leave you there. It's going to be whack. So, guys, from me to you, thank you for chilling. And of course, until next time, peace. Peace. Oh, peace, 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 peace.